Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MU stand. This is your preview for Manchester United versus Sheriff. The Sheriffs are in town today. So in this preview, we are going to talk about Ronaldo returning to United training. We do have 3 players coming back from injury as well. And also, we just found out that the Sheriff boss actually resigned ahead of the United clash. Lots to talk about in this one, guys. As you can see, this is the lineup I have picked for the game against Sheriff. But before I get into the lineup, let's just talk about a few things here. So Manchester United are back in the Europa League action on Thursday night as we host Sheriff in Old Trafford tomorrow afternoon. A point would actually be enough to secure qualification to the Europa League knockout stages. As you can see, we are currently sitting second in the group table with 9 points. If we get a point in that match, I'm sure we definitely qualify. But what we want to do is trying to win the group, which means we will have to win this game and win the next game against Real Sociedad as well. The first place team in the group progresses straight into the round of 16 with second. Basically, if you finish second, you would have to probably face teams coming down from the Champions League. So that's not something we want to do. We want to make sure we win these 2 games and basically secure the round of 16. Erik ten Hag so far selected a strong side for our European clashes this season as we seek to make the ground on Real Sociedad. At least one change is expected from the starting 11, which we drew 1-1 at Chelsea. That is, of course, Rafael Varane. Hopefully he returns quickly because it's just sad to see him get injured in that game. He departed that game early in tears after stretching awkwardly while actually attempting to challenge Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Ten Hag said further assessment would be required, but early reports are coming out on France suggesting that the injury is not actually as severe as the first feared. An update is expected on Wednesday pre-match press conference, so we'll see what Ten Hag says regarding Rafael Varane. Also, Cristiano has returned. He was left out on the Chelsea game, but he has returned to training today, which is a good news, which gives Erik ten Hag an option to select. And because we only have one forward at this moment in time, and that is Rashford. Rashford is the only one available at this moment in time. Even Anthony Martial is injured. So Cristiano returning to the squad is, I think, a plus in my opinion. Would you put him straight into the lineup, or would you actually put him on the bench to have that kind of transition from what he did in the previous games? It's up to the coach. It's up to the coach. If it was me, I would just completely pick him from the starting 11 and get him going. But it seems like the manager might decide to do. He might decide to put him on the bench. Wan-Bissaka, Donny van de Beek, and Harry Maguire have all been sidelined with injuries recently. We all know that. Although Wan-Bissaka and Maguire have returned to training on the pitch, there are actually pictures coming out that they've returned to training, which is a good thing. As you can see them here. This basically gives Ten Hag another option. We want to give a rest to Dalot. We want to give a rest to one of the defenders. We want to give a rest to Eriksen. You can put Donny in. You can rest Bruno. It's just good to have Donny, Wan-Bissaka, and Maguire back. I don't fancy Maguire to be our a starter, but you know he could be an option for the team. Let's continue. So Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial has not been involved in any of the 4 matches played since he was actually substituted at Everton, but he's also getting close to return. he was on the training pitch, but he's not available for tomorrow. Ten Hag has said in his pre-Chelsea press conference on Friday, we have to see how it develops in the coming days. United will look as a squad today at Carrington. So, I mean, stay tuned for updates further coming up after the press conference, what we're going to hear about Anthony Martial. But that is also another great news that the Tony Martial is coming back to fitness. I'm not sure he's going to be available, like I mentioned, for the Sheriff's game, but he might be available for the West Ham game. So let's just quickly go into the lineup I have selected going into this match. You're looking at it. Let me know in the chat if you guys actually agree with this lineup or you disagree with this lineup. But this is the lineup I want to go with against Sheriff. So David De Gea will definitely stay in goal, right? Because I don't think we want to experiment with the goalkeeper. He's been brilliant. So for me, David De Gea will definitely stay. This is actually the team that have started against Chelsea. So I'm just going to make a couple of changes on this lineup. I wouldn't make a lot of changes on this lineup. Like I mentioned, De Gea for me stays in goal, so there's no change there. Luke Shaw, I think I'm going to put him on the bench just because he might need some rest and we need to give Malacia some game time. So it's not because of form. Actually, Luke Shaw has been decent, but I'm just going to put Malacia in because I think Malacia needs some game time, and this is the perfect game for Malacia to come in and get some minutes. Martinez. Okay, so Martinez, here's the problem for me. So we don't have a replacement for Martinez at this moment in time. You could say Lindelof, but Lindelof is actually going to come in for Varane, right? We know that Varane is out. So Lindelof is going in here. But Martinez, we don't have anybody. I mean, we have Maguire, but is he really a good replacement for Martinez? I don't think so. I don't want the team to look like last season where we play Maguire and Varane, Maguire and Lindelof. That just hasn't worked. So I think that is an area to be concerned about, I think, for Erik ten Hag. I don't think he wants to play Maguire and Lindelof in this match. But we'll see. We'll see. I've gone with Martinez and Lindelof and Dalot. This one, I think it depends on the fitness of Wan-Bissaka. So if Wan-Bissaka is fully fit, he might come in there and play that right back position. But if he's not fully fit, maybe you start Dalot and play him 60, 70 minutes and put Wan-Bissaka in the last 20 minutes of the game. That might be a good solution to transition Wan-Bissaka slowly instead of just putting him straight into the lineup. So this is the lineup. This is my back four. What do you guys think? Do you agree with this or you disagree with this? Let me know in the comment section. Void, thanks for joining. He says, so. Okay, who do we have in the chat actually? Oh, we did have some votes on this game. So 83% of you actually think that Manchester United will win this game. I think we're definitely going to win this one. I believe we're going to win this one. But let's keep going with the lineup. So Casemiro and Eriksen has started this game. I mean, not this game. They had started the Chelsea game. Eriksen, this is a perfect game for him to rest and put Fred. So I would go with Fred and Casemiro. And this one, you don't want to play with you don't want to play this game without Casemiro. I mean, Ten Hag has shown he's consistently have gone with a strong lineup. So I think Casemiro would definitely stay in this lineup alongside with Fred. That could be the two holding players. Maybe Fred can be a little bit advanced like this, but I would assume he would go with Casemiro and Fred. Up top, I am going to make a change here, because I think Rashford needs to play on the left, in my opinion. He's not a striker. We've seen him time after time now that he struggles. He struggles to take his chances. A lot of times Rashford gets into a good position, but then doesn't finish. So I think his best position is definitely on left wing. This is his best position, in my opinion. Bruno, he could definitely stay as a attacking force. Again, if you have Van de Beek available, this is probably the time to play him in, but I don't think those players are fit enough to start a match. So Bruno will keep his number 10 role. Anthony, I'm going to give a rest. Not because of form. I think Anthony has been okay and decent in the past few games, but I want to experiment something different in this one. Like, we've seen Sancho struggle in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 games now in this position, always struggling. He cuts inside and he passes it back. That's what he does. He stopped actually taking on players. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's actually lacking confidence, but the Sancho that I know from Dortmund is not the Sancho that is scared to dribble past players. Every single time, just watch him. Like, he gets the ball and he passes it back to Shaw or Malacia, whoever is on the left back, or he passes it back to the midfield instead of actually taking players on one-on-one. So that needs to improve from Sancho if he wants to start in the Premier League and moving forward. But in this game, I want to experiment and I want to give Sancho the right wing position. We all know when he was actually at Dortmund, that is the position that he played. He started most of the games for Dortmund in this position. This is the reason why we bought him. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. We brought Sancho in to play a right wing, not to play left wing. So I want to play him in that position. Rest Anthony, play him in his preferred position. If this is his preferred position, put Bruno as a attacking midfielder and put Rashford on left wing. And of course, up top, I would go with Cristiano. Yes, some fans might disagree. Why are you starting Cristiano after what he did? But I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not supporting walking out from your teammates, walking out on your coach. I'm never going to support that. But I think Ten Hag and Cristiano have some issues. Clearly, everybody could see that. And I don't think it's a footballing issue. I think there is some personal issue going on. Player power or coach power, whatever you want to call it, there are issues going on. I don't think it's because of Cristiano's lack of pressing that he's not playing. I think there's a deeper issue between them, in my opinion. He doesn't give him a consistent minutes. He plays him 5 minutes here, 6 minutes there, and then he doesn't play him at all. And then he's trying to play him 2 minutes again. That is just not the best way to go when you are actually coaching one of the greatest players of all time. You just don't want to treat him like that. Yes, what Cristiano did is very disrespectful, but I believe Cristiano has been disrespected by the coach as well this entire season. Yes, he didn't join the preseason, and because of that, the relationship, I think, started to tarnish from there, because Cristiano didn't show up for preseason for like a month or 2. Yes, he said it's a family reason, but we've yet to get a confirmation from Cristiano actually coming out and talking about this situation. Of course, he said he will definitely talk about it. He's yet to speak about this issue. But let's assume that it's true. So you don't want to count that preseason missing. I mean, you don't want to count the fact that he missed the preseason against him, correct? So give him some minutes. That's all I'm asking Erik ten Hag to do. Shomor Full says, Ronaldo out, mate. Yeah, give me a reason why you want him out. He has been, so sure, he says he has been a cancer on this team for more than 12 months. I disagree with that, bro. Like, who has been the top scorer last season? Who carried this team? Who carried this team to the Champions League round of 16? Who carried this team actually to finish in the Europa League's position? We would have finished below that. You would have found this team playing in a conference league, in my opinion. But the fact that Cristiano actually delivered in that shit team is the reason why we are where we at this moment in time. We finished in the Europa League position. And also he scored a lot of goals. He's like the third best goal scorer last season, if I'm not mistaken. I believe only Salah and Son has scored more than him. So I completely disagree with the fact that you're saying he's a cancer for 12 months. You could say he's a cancer this season because he's not playing, but I don't think he was a cancer last season. I completely disagree with that. Shomerful says he affected the team style. His PR team convinced the fans the team was the problem, not him. Got 2 managers sacked in 9 months. It was to the team credit that they were able to make it to this immobile version of Ronaldo scoring 26 goals. I disagree, bro. Like, I really disagree. I think if Cristiano if he gets minutes, he will definitely score. He will definitely impact games. And I still believe that it's not the Cristiano Ronaldo that we know 5 years ago, but he could still score goals, guys. I mean, let's not forget what he did, like I mentioned last season. If he goes to another team, he's definitely going to score goals. I bet you he will definitely going to score goals. He is actually rumored to be going to Napoli or Chelsea. These are all paper talks at this moment in time. But in January, Ten Hag has to make a decision. He has to sell him, or he has to continue to play him from the start, or play him at least in the second half, like 60 minutes, after 60 minutes or something. Don't try to disrespect the dude by playing him 5 minutes. That is just not acceptable. He's not Ilanga. He's not somebody from the street. This is the guy that has revolutionized the game. All these players that coming up, the likes of Mbappe, the likes of Haaland, they all admire Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's not forget that. He's completely changed the game. Him and Messi are the greatest of all time. Let's not forget that. So you can't treat him the same way you treat other players. It's just facts. You can't. Schoenfeld says, I bet you no team will go for him. Excellent that. What happened? We'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see. I believe teams are going to take him, especially if he just drops down his salary. And if Manchester United are actually willing to sell him without fee. So if they are actually gonna let him go for free, he will definitely find a team. That is just my opinion, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. So basically going into the lineup. So this is the lineup, guys. I have gone with David De Gea in goal, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Malacia on the left, Casemiro and Fred in the middle of the park, Bruno as the number 10, Sancho and Rashford on left and right, and up top, Cristiano goes in. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you agree with this starting 11? Do you disagree with it? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Schoenfeld is saying, did you watch his January Manchester United interview where he specifically targeted Man United attacking trios of Mason, Martial, and Marcus by calling them selfish for not passing to him? I saw that. He didn't name, I mean, you can assume that he was talking about them. Definitely he was talking about them, but he did not actually put names on that interview. He just said the youngsters these days don't listen to the old players, which is a fact. look at the young players coming up now. Like, all of them are trying to score for themselves. The selfishness level has just risen by an enormous amount. I'm not kidding. Like, all youngsters players, look at them. You need a proper coach like Ten Hag to actually tell them, okay, you need to pass, you need to do this, you need to do that. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, everybody was just doing what they want. That's why they were called the freestyle team, because there was no structure to the team. People were just shooting from anywhere they want, cutting inside, shooting, not passing. That is not helpful. So that is the reason why he spoke about that. It's nothing against them personally. It's just the fact that the team was not constructed properly. This season, Ten Hag actually put the team in the correct manner, so this team can actually play together. They were listening into Cavani. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at least had results. What results? I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't won anything. He is one of the worst managers we ever had, in my opinion. He hasn't won anything. He hasn't shown us a beautiful football. What has he done, actually? The fact that where we at this moment in time is all the blame goes to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in my opinion. I mean, it's just a fact. Some fans might disagree with that, but that is just a fact, guys. That's what I think. We got like 25 people, 30 people watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I just believe that Ole is the blame for this mess. It's not only him, of course. The Glazers are involved in this, but that is the reason why it's happening this way. So let's just quickly, before we wrap up, guys, let's quickly take a look at the past 5 games for both teams going into this match. And we are going to have the prediction for this game. Get your predictions in before we finish here. Chloe, thanks for joining. He says, hello, my friend. How are you doing? Today, I'm watching your channel from South Africa. You got an awesome channel. Thanks a lot, Chloe. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get to the last. So this is the training, by the way. Like, this is these pictures were taken today. The players I have returned, like I mentioned, Wan-Bissaka, Donny, and Maguire. So this is it. Okay, this is what I was looking for, guys. So this is the past 5 games for Manchester United. You're looking at it. We've won 3 games. We've drawn 2 games. Everton against United and against Ammonia. We won, and we also battered and destroyed Tottenham as well. And we drew against Newcastle and Chelsea. I believe it's not a bad result, given Newcastle is a tough team. We saw what they did against Tottenham. But Chelsea, of course, always a tough away game to play at Chelsea. Did we deserve to win that game? I think we did, but we'll take a draw. Given the circumstance, we'll take a draw. So going into this game, guys, we've won 3 games, we lost 2 games. So we haven't been beaten in the past 6 games. For Sheriff, they're coming into this one with 2 wins and 3 losses. So I expect us. So for this match, I expect us to spank them. I think we're gonna smash them. I expect us to win. Let me just give you my prediction. Get your predictions in as well. But I think in this match, I think we are going to win 3-0. That is my prediction. And I think if Cristiano starts, he would score. You can go back and watch this, guys. If he starts this game, you'll see he will score. That's what I think. The last goal, actually, he scored a penalty against Sheriff. The first tie. I don't think Erik ten Hag is going to start Cristiano. And I'm not going to blame him for that because of what he did. You might want to just slowly transition him into the team. But if he starts him, I think we have a good chance of scoring a lot of goals. I've also done a video, by the way, if you haven't watched it, I've done a video on the team with Cristiano in the team and without Cristiano in the team. The stats says everything. So just be sure to check that video out. You can find it on the channel. It's like 6-7 minutes. Go watch that video and you'll see. I mean, people don't talk about the team is struggling with Cristiano in the team. That is false. That is just false. I mean, the data was taken by just looking at 2 games. That is just not. That's just a stupid data. You don't do that kind of math. You just don't. But anyways, Cluen says Manchester United 3, Sheriff nil. That's also my prediction, Cluen. So let's see. Let's see. Who do you think is going to score in this match? I believe Cristiano might get a goal. And Rashford, hopefully he gets a goal. And Sancho, I want Sancho to get his confidence back. I really want Sancho to get his confidence back. And this is the perfect game for him to get a couple of goals, get a couple of assists, and get your game going. I hope he does that. I hope he does that. And I hope he gets the chance to play in this one. I think I have covered every single thing. Let me just take a look. So in terms of Sheriff team news, their right back is suspended for this game. He was sent off during the 3-0 defeat against Real Sociedad for picking up 2 yellow cards in the first half. Musa Kayabo and Iyayi Atimin, weird names, served a ban and for the Real Sociedad game, so they are actually free to return to Old Trafford for this game on Thursday. So they're gonna join back the team, but we don't care. No matter who plays for Sheriff, we don't really care. We're just gonna smash them, guys. I believe we're just gonna beat them 3-0. Let me check quickly. Let me see if I forgot anything. So, yeah, by the way, Scott McTominay could also be involved in this one. And he might actually give a rest for Casemiro. That is highly possible. I just think that we should just continue with Casemiro. But Scott McTominay could definitely come in and give a rest for Casemiro. That could definitely happen. And we could also see that Rashford taking a rest and Ilanga coming in. That is also possible. So we're just going to have to watch out and see what Erik ten Hag does. But that is the lineup that I have gone with. Former Red says, unfortunately, a scapegoat was chosen. Nobody was blaming Golden Boy Ronaldo. Blaming him for what? For what he did? Yeah, for what he did, he should be blamed. That is not right. That is disrespectful, what he did. But don't tell me the coach hasn't disrespected him as well. That's just my point of view. I'm saying the fault is from both parties. It's not Cristiano only. It's not Ten Hag only. Or it's not the board only. I think it's a combination of all these elements and all of these variables that caused this. So I'm blaming the coach. I'm blaming the player as well. And I'm also blaming the board. What did they tell him? Like, this Cristiano talk is just baffling to me, because what did they tell him before the season started? Because we know he wanted to leave. We know throughout the whole summer he was trying to leave the team. For some reason, they made him stay. Yes, there are rumors saying that he didn't find the team. I don't believe that bullshit. I just don't. And Roy Keane actually came out and said he has a couple of offers, and the team, the board, United, the board actually decided to go against that. They decided to keep him. So if they decided to keep him, did they actually talk to Ten Hag? Did they talk to Ten Hag is the question. Because if they talk to Ten Hag, clearly Ten Hag doesn't fancy Cristiano. We're seeing it week in, week out. He doesn't play him. So there is a miscommunication going on there. I hope they resolve that issue immediately, and I hope we get that resolved as soon as possible so that this team can move forward, win games, win matches, and win trophies eventually. That's what we want. We don't want any distraction to this team going in, week out. We don't want to be talking about Cristiano week in, week out, even when he's not playing. The team is performing. If they're performing, let's just focus on the team and not talk about Cristiano. So this needs to be resolved as soon as possible. Former Red says his agent went around Europe, even as far as Marseille. No, that is not true. That is not true, former Red. You know, every time you talk about Cristiano, it sells. It sells. So people just keep talking about him, even if it's true or not. He did come out and mention that only 5% is true. The rest of it was actually garbage. So people actually come out and lie about these things. But anyways, guys, I am going to wrap up. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, get your predictions in, get your comments in. Do you actually agree with the lineup? Leave your comments, okay? Leave your comment. If you disagree, what would you change in this lineup? Let me know in the comment section. Now, if you don't have anything to talk about in the comment section, leave an emoji, whatever you want. Do something on this video, okay? So get an engagement, put your inputs in, and that is it, guys. I am going to wrap up. Shermful, former Red, thanks everyone for tuning in again. I appreciate everyone for joining in. Cluin as well, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.